Hello! So I'm here today to talk about minerals and trace minerals. And although most people know that minerals are important to their health, they don't really know why or very much about them. So biochemically speaking, minerals are inorganic chemical elements that are not attached to a carbon atom. So there's a distinction between a mineral and a trace mineral. Trace minerals are also sometimes called trace elements, but if the body requires more than 100 milligrams, and 100 milligrams is about 1/1000th of a teaspoon, so if it requires more than 100 milligrams, then it's a mineral. If it requires less than 100 milligrams, then it's a trace mineral. Okay? So, although minerals comprise only a small fraction of total body weight, they are crucial for many of the body functions. That includes oxygen transport, normalizing the nervous system, stimulating growth, maintenance and repair of bones and tissues. So we can summarize the health benefits of some of the more important minerals and the trace minerals as follows. But keep in mind that many of these minerals don't work independently, okay? They only work if they have their other mineral and element friends to work with. So instead of reciting a huge long grocery list here, I'll just let you read the text below this video and that'll outline everything that you need to know. But as you'll see, without the proper balance of minerals and trace minerals, your body could be in very big trouble when it comes to healthy bones and teeth, blood clotting, muscle contractions, oxygen transport, enzyme activity, glucose metabolism, red blood cell and connective tissue formation, cell membrane integrity, heart and brain function, normal growth and development, detoxification, immune system function, and just the structure of everything, the structure of your protein, the structure of your skin, the structure of your bone, the structure of your hair. So there are a lot more benefits than these, but it's certainly understandable to see why minerals and trace minerals are so important. But there are other minerals, though, that you have to watch out for, because if you have them in excessive levels, they can negatively affect the body. So I'll provide another list down there that'll give you the examples of what I'm talking about there. But just for illustration, let me give you one example. So let's talk about cadmium. Okay, when was the last time you spoke about cadmium? Cadmium is an air pollutant. It comes from cigarette smoke, industrial emissions. It's basically just a byproduct of population growth. Experimentally, it's been shown to cause hypertension, cancer, and immune disorders. So, cadmium acts like a classical stress agent. So it also decreases human growth hormone. And the more you know about me, the more excited you know about human growth hormone. And it also accelerates human growth hormone's arch enemy, cortisol. So, it's also been implicated in learning disabilities. And unlike lead, which has a relatively short half-life of 30 to 100 days, cadmium has a half-life of between 10 and 30 years. So, if cadmium wasn't bad enough on its own, it has also been found to greatly increase the toxicity of other agents. So, cadmium has a unique capacity to form a close bond with chloride compounds, which chloride, as you probably know, is in your water. So you drink it, you bathe in it, it's all around you all the time. So when cadmium and chloride are combined, they can alter your liver metabolism and allow greater toxicity to build up in human tissue. So cadmium accumulates in cells that are most malignant, all right? So you'll find cadmium in prostate cancer, for example, and there is a linear correlation between the grade of malignancy and how much cadmium is there. So cadmium is a bad mineral, but recent research has shown that the adequate intake of other dietary minerals and trace minerals can actually help the body reduce the effects of these poisons by the environmental pollutants, and actually help your body better cope with the bad minerals and trace minerals. So again, look below. There's a list of the elements and minerals that will help the body deal with cadmium. So now we're kind of back to the whole calories in, calories out issue. If you really start reducing your calories, like I've talked about before, sure, you're reducing your energy, and if you have excess energy, then it won't be turned into fat. But if you reduce your calories by too much, you might also be reducing your nutrition and your minerals and trace minerals. And by doing this, you're decreasing your body's ability to deal with a lot of the environmental hazards that it's exposed to. But here's the thing. Even if you don't reduce your calories, there's still a very high likelihood that you could not be getting all the trace minerals and elements that you need. So why is this, you ask? Well, it's because farming has, as you probably know, it's prioritized profit over nutrition, and we've basically killed our soil. So, you see, when we're farming, we can't be letting all the insects and funguses eat our crops before they're harvested. So the fields are sprayed with herbicides and fungicides and pesticides and a whole list of other sides. Now, this might protect our fruit or vegetable and help it make it look really nice and pretty. But the thing is that all those chemicals that kill the funguses and the pests and all that stuff, they also kill the microorganisms in the soil. Now, that's important because it's those microorganisms in the soil that turn the inorganic minerals that are in there into organic elements that the plant can uptake. So without those microorganisms, you've got, let's say, calcium in the soil. Just like raw calcium can't be used by a plant until it's turned into an organic form of calcium by that microorganism. So we need those microorganisms in the soil. The USDA showed an 84% loss of vitamins and minerals between the years 1985 and 2005. That's an 84% decrease in vitamins and minerals in just 20 years. So you're like, well, that doesn't affect me because I always shop organic. The thing is what organic does is organic produce is great. I'm not knocking organic produce. It's really good because it makes sure that you don't get you get a lot less of those dangerous toxins and the pesticides and the herbicides and the fungicides and the algicides and all those sides. They're no longer on your fruit. But the thing is that the soil that is being used at that organic farm was most likely used for traditional farming earlier, so they're not using pesticides anymore, but they're still their plants are still being grown in soil that doesn't have any microorganisms. So even those organic fruits and vegetables are being grown are nutritionally bankrupt. So basically, if you want to ensure that you're getting all the necessary vitamins and minerals and trace minerals, you're probably going to have to supplement in some way. Now, that's another discussion altogether, and I'll talk about that on another day. But just so you know that, once again, it's getting complicated. But again, stick with me. I've got all the, I don't have all the answers. I've got some suggestions for you, and like I said, we'll get to those. If you ever have any questions, drop me an email, whatever. We'll get in touch with you soon. So I apologize for being inside a boring office today. I know I'm usually out doing something a little bit more involved, but one, it's raining outside. Two, I've got some notes behind me here that I had to look at now and then because there's just some specifics that I wasn't sure if I could remember. But I'm going to apologize in advance. My next presentation I'm going to give to you is actually going to be a PowerPoint presentation. And the reason for that is I'm going to summarize everything I've talked about in the last 4 video presentations. So it'll all be right there in whatever that word presentation thing, summary form is. PowerPoint. It'll be in a PowerPoint presentation. So everything will be written down and concise, and that way you can just sort of review things and make sure you didn't miss anything. Okay, so I'll be sending that to you in a couple of days. I hope you like it. Again, if you ever have any questions, hit the contact me Mike button, and I'll help you out any way I can. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.